And so we'll just continue on with this process here. Oh my god. It's a fairly prominent curve, so I'm going to actually just get rid of that weird little thing there, that little face. But that's basically a straight line, so we don't need to worry about supporting that with the polygon. Gonna have to pull this out. So I used the middle mouse and it actually worked pretty good. That was cool. That's so typical, you know, like no tool is perfect. Maya's got some pretty clever stuff that it would be probably pretty painless for ZBrush to integrate. I mean, what do I know? But my assumption is that they've done a lot crazier stuff. Being able to drag out an edge loop doesn't seem like that much of a technical challenge. So this I don't really like that much. That's a very odd quad there. I'd rather connect it down there like that, but it's not really an option with quad draw. And because this doesn't break the surface, I do not need to give it any special consideration. In this retopology. And let's just kind of get some points out here and see where we end up. Just want to make sure we have something over here that we can, yeah, something like that'll work. Again, once I can, so the thing about a quad like this, it's just a little bit odd. For me, I don't, unless you need to have like specific edge loop kind of behavior, which is not unusual for like an organic deformation during animation. Like if you've got a face or something, you wouldn't necessarily want a bunch of triangles in there, but something about that just kind of like sets my OCD off a little bit. This one too, I think I'd rather have that connect like that, but it's not really super critical. I don't know that we really need this many edges, like going across the top here. Well, we're going to need this stuff up here, so that's probably okay. This would be a very wrong quad. You never want to have it where it's concave like this. This one is arguably okay because it's like sort of the outside curve is kind of going out rather than in. Like that's a no-no. That's okay. And it just has to do with how the face is going to kind of triangulate once you get it into the game engine. You want to make sure you've got a little bit of control over how it's going to behave. Which is why n-gons are kind of a bad idea. Everything gets triangulated ultimately. So we stay in quads as much as possible during modeling because there's all kinds of utilities that work best with quad geo. But yeah, once you're done with it, it's all turns into triangle soup pretty much. Which is why if you ever you ever export geometry out of a game engine, it's usually pretty funky looking. I mean, it's just all triangles. So I'm just going to mark off some of the stuff here. I think we clearly need a little bit more fidelity on that curve there. And same thing over here. We want to make sure we've got some geometry that will sort of fit into this little crevice there, so we capture it in the silhouette. Like this. But we can see there's some stuff up here that I am currently totally missing. And that's probably, I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this. Because I want an edge running along there. And we can try something like this. Typically you don't want to have triangles coming together at the same point. Like if I just ran this up a little bit further, that would be preferable, so you can just go ahead and do that. So it used to be there, and now it's up there, and that's just going to maybe give us a little bit of a better bake. And I'm just going to try this and see if it works. I think it'll be okay. And then for this, I'm going to want to go to the edges and then go in, but I'm not going to, I guess I'll do this little recessed area here as well. But we're about at 8 minutes, so I'm going to tackle that in the next video.